All right, hi there. This is Stephen with Karma Astrology, coming back for my daily moon video. Just get a crystal for this one because this is a pretty special moon. Um, so this moon is a full moon. Today we have the full moon in the sign of Virgo and in the nakshatra of Hasta. If you can see down here in the oop, bottom, right corner of your screen, you can see MO is the moon. And the moon shows how we feel. It's really our emotional center. It's also how we connect with other people and our ability to kind of nurture and nourish ourselves and others. So the moon is a really close to the heart, special planet, obviously, or it's not really a planet, but in astrology we call it a planet. And the moon being full right now is at the peak of its reflectivity of the sun's energy. So it's kind of getting that, just like when you go outside and you get in the sunlight and you feel kind of, all energized. It's kind of like the moon is energized right now and it's beaming from one side of the earth, its energy, whereas the sun on the other is beaming its energy. So currently we can see, if you look up to the top corner of the chart over there, you can see the sun is in Pisces with Venus right now, and the moon is down in the bottom, right hand part of the chart, and that's in Virgo. So Pisces and Virgo oppose each other. It's a really interesting axis, actually. Um, it deals with our ability to be practical and rational and to be organized and thoughtful and very discriminating or discerning in our thoughts in particular, and that's the Virgo energy. Whereas the the sun is going to be beaming at us, or it is currently beaming at us, kind of the energy of the stars behind the sun, and those stars are Pisces, and Pisces is about the ethereal, the kind of inner expansive unboundedness of our imagination and put all the potential possibilities that exist beyond the physical limitations of the world. So when we're able to kind of go into our deep meditative states of awareness, that's when we get into more of the Piscean realm. Whereas we have to balance it out with the Virgo because in order to get into that Piscean realm of deep creativity, we need to be able to focus intently and be able to be very clear and discerning and practical in our method in which we allow ourselves to expand in such a way internally. So this moon is a very special moon for, inner development, expansion, really practicing what you preach and allowing your kind of routine activities to create a really special, um, just deeper state of awareness and consciousness. So it's a really special full moon. Now it's we tend to look at where the moon is in general during the full moon rather than the moon and the sun. So I like to bring the sun into it a little bit more. But the moon in general is going to be in that Hasta side though, or that Virgo side. Now Hasta, I say Hasta because that is the Vedic constellation, one of the 27 Indian constellations that are within the zodiac, the 12 signs as you can see around you. And if you look down and you see Hasta, if I can point to it effectively someday, I'll be able to do that. That HAS next to the moon is Hasta. And it's right in the middle of that. And Hasta is a word that means hand. So kind of like hasta la vista. No, I'm just kidding. But there's so much to do with the dexterity, the kind of intelligent motions and movements that we can do, and the really refined nature of our hands as tools, our primary tools of our body, right? And they allow us to explore and experience and take on new information all the time. So, and express ourselves, right? Creatively, creatively and communicatively. So, Hasta is really about the details, and it's about kind of having fun with the details. Now, it's related to the god Savitur, or the deity associated with this section of the sky. His name is Savitur, solar deity. And so Savitur is known for kind of jovial creativity, fun, and just a lot of kind of extreme skill. There's definitely that nature of the hand in the ruler of this nakshatra. And so when we look at you know the qualities that we're kind of imbued with on a day like today or on a moon cycle like this one, is that we can be a little more precise. We can be a little more detailed and think about all the little um, I's that we have to dot and T's that we have to cross in order to learn a new skill, or you know, maybe we're just more detailed in our assessment of language and communication and being able to, kind of connect with other people, which is really nice. There's definitely a lot of this uh, attention to detail that's probably coming into your awareness right now and over the last week and probably into next week, because that's how these moons kind of work from what I experience, is that it's that week before and after the full moon or the new moon that we're really experiencing that kind of building and kind of dissipating of the energy of the moon. So yeah, Hasta is a really interesting one. It allows us to you know get into the weeds and have a little fun with it. So have a good time, enjoy that to your advantage. Maybe do something that, you want to focus on for a while and really intently and get to the bottom of. It's kind of fun for research. Um, let's see. I also have a picture or a sky map that I can show y'all of where Hasta is in the night sky with regards to Virgo and just the sky map in general. So let me get over there. All right. So I'm going to do that, or focus it on this guy completely. There we go. And now you can see that to the left of the screen, you can see the constellation Corvus right under, let's see, I think Spica is that star that's pretty much on the very edge of the sky map there. Virgo's the last constellation, unfortunately, I guess, for this one, before the end of that map. So if you look just below Virgo, you can see that little kind of, it's like a rectangle, some sort of polygon. And that is generally, if you line that up with where that green line is, that green line being the celestial equator, or the plane in which all the planets move around the sun. So that's what we call the zodiac, the stars that are beyond that plane, or beyond that, kind of equator in our sky that we look out upon. So Corvus is really close to that, and that's actually the crow, which is interesting because crows are symbolically, well, in their own right, I guess, more than symbolically, crows are very, uh, capable of taking on all sorts of new thought processes and skills, and learning very detailed, finite. I think there's been a lot of scientific experiments with crows that shows that their brain is a little more intelligent and detailed and capable of, I guess, just learning new things and really, how would you say it? Yeah, they're just smart. Let's just say that. So it's kind of this intelligence. It's a very intelligent sign, Hasta is. And it's in this part of Virgo, well, Virgo being the sign of internal, kind of reflective intelligence, the ability to store your thoughts effectively, and so that you can recall them whenever you need to. Virgo also helps us to just organize ourselves and our lives in general, and it's largely related to our daily routines and the activities that we do on a regular basis, just in order to keep everything in order and make sure our lives are moving smoothly. So Virgo, being that general sense of structure and order, is kind of the big picture in this, very detailed Hasta section of Virgo. So let me get back to my screen. Doop-a-doop-a-doo. Thanks for bearing with me. Okay. There we go. All right. Yeah, so this full moon is gonna be a great time to get organized, to be clear with your thoughts, to move a little bit slower, more intentionally, and kind of take practical, logical, rational steps towards learning something new or getting more organized in your own, in your mind. Something I can practice, obviously. So yeah, Virgo is a really kind of grounding sign. It's an earth sign as well. So this new moon is a little more peaceful and gentle than, the last one we had in Leo. And so that's kind of nice to be able to just relax and take things a little more slowly, as the moon in general likes to kind of, you can think of the moon as if it's like water or a body of water. And Virgo, or these earth signs like Virgo and Taurus and Capricorn, are all earth. So they kind of hold the basin. They form the basin for the water to settle into. And so you can see that Virgo is that kind of ground, that the bottom of the lake of clarity, of rationality, and of sensibility. There's a lot of sense that needs to be made. Virgo is kind of the sign of paralysis by analysis. So we can think about things too much before we take action and get paralyzed in the process of analyzing which solution is the best one for us to take in any, moment in time. But eventually, Virgo becomes this kind of knowledge repository of skills that we have throughout our lives that we're developing. And just like our thoughts, and as you grow older, you grow wiser in regards to your accumulated experiences and the ability to learn the lessons that are presented to you from those experiences. And if you organize your thoughts properly, you can come to more logical conclusions about those lessons, and start to Virgo's kind of the sign of the scientist, where we're learning how to study something in general, and we're observing all the different subtle nuances between it, or behind how its behavior is, to the point in which we can understand how it functions properly. And that's kind of like our lives, our bodies, figuring out what kind of foods we need to eat on a daily basis, and how much water we need to drink. These are all very rational, sensible things that we need to do in order to kind of make sense of our body and make it happy, and, kind of at peace with itself, grounded in that earthy way. So, yeah, I hope you got a lot out of this. Give me a like if you enjoyed it, thumbs up. Hit the subscribe if you'd like to see more things like this. I gave it a little bit longer of a video today just because it is a full moon, and I hope that other people get a chance to, Virgo it up, whatever that means to you. Get organized, and allow it to really give you a sense of peace. Because Pisces, on the other hand, where the sun is just, it's trying to get us to just be comfortable with whatever is as it is. Just surrender to the flow of life in a way. And if we're able to have everything kind of organized and peacefully in this logical Virgoian way, then we'll be able to escape and find peace and the bliss in every moment. Because we won't have any worries. We can just escape into the spirit realm and commune with our friends and whatever we like to do. So I hope you have a great day, and I will catch you later. Peace out.